So, last week we got 25% off tonics, and that went over really well. This week, however, information regarding the next update-ish to Red Dead Online Beta, which I think is probably going over a little bit better overall from what I've seen in the social medias on Twitter and Facebook. New features and more coming to Red Dead Online Beta on February 26th, with new improvements and enhancements to the game's open world, including a new law and bounty system, weapons balancing, changes to player blips on the minimap, and more. Rockstar has also included a screenshot, which they like to do, and a lot of times in these screenshots, they entice us and throw in little Easter eggs and surprises and things to come. Now, bear in mind, the update coming on February 26th is most likely not going to be a full-fledged update. I think the title update's still at least a month or two away. Some people were speculating maybe late March or early April before we get that title update. This is just a smaller update with improvements as the focus. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Rockstar won't add some things, like some clothing items, like new hats, some new clothing. Probably not a new horse, but you never know. It just looks like that some of these characters are wielding new clothing items, new jackets. Some of them might even have new hats on. I have gone to the clothing store a few times. I have a male and a female character on Xbox One and PS4. So some of these items look new to me. And if they're new to you too, if you haven't seen those hats or some of these jackets yet, and you think they're new as well, let me know below in the comments section. But like I said, don't expect there to be anything more than possibly some new clothing items like hats, jackets, pants, etc. Anyways, let's go over the article linked below in the description section. Red Dead Online Beta, new features and more coming February 26th. First off, they talk about player visibility. Now, a lot of this that we're going to go over, Rockstar discussed a few weeks ago or a month or so ago back in a previous article. They're just expanding on the things that they're working on. First off, with player visibility, we're going to have the visibility blips reduced over long distances. Our map position won't be on display for other players unless we happen to be nearby. And it looks like the range is going to be within 150 meters. And if you're slightly further away, you will only appear when firing your weapon. Players in other towns and regions, for example, won't be visible. This prevents players from being repeatedly targeted across the map at long distances. This is something that a lot of us wanted in Red Dead Online from the very beginning, where we would open up the map and we would see nobody there. And it looks like, in this case, Rockstar's actually listening to us. On the flip side, Rockstar is going to make it to where we see aggressive players. So if your style of play becomes more hostile, your map position and the position of your posse members will become more visible to other players with the progressively darkening dot that shifts from blue to dark red. Your visibility increases through bad deeds such as attacking and killing other players on their horses, on or their horses, so don't kill other players' horses. That's just mean. What'd the horse ever do to you? But anyways, so you cannot do that to other players or their horses outside of a structured mode, like a free roam mission, the stranger missions, for example. The events are competitions. It's just if somebody happens to be just roaming around in free roam, minding their own business, hunting or fishing, you won't be able to kill them without there being some sort of consequence going forward in Red Dead Online. Let's see, a shorter time between bad acts, the more your visibility increases. So if you are like really into griefing other players, the rest of the players on the map, you may not be able to see them, but they're going to be able to see you and your posse. And don't be surprised if you find some retaliation from other players that may be looking for a fight. And they're like, okay, well, this guy's causing trouble. I'm going to go down there with me and my posse and go deal with him. So that's a possibility right there. However, it will shift back to a more righteous path and your visibility will fade over time. So, in other words, if you are honorable, you won't appear on the map unless you're within 150 meters from another player, or if you're a little bit further away and you just happen to be firing off your gun, whether you're hunting or shooting at NPCs. However, if you are causing issues, if you're griefing, you're going to be noticed on the map. And I think this is a good thing. Rockstar's also implementing the posse-wide parlays and improving feuds. Let's see, we'll soon be able to initiate parlay that applies to the attacker's entire posse or just a single kill. Alternatively, if we rather challenge our opponent, we can initiate a feud, posse feud, or leader feud after one kill, quickly turning a dispute into a timed mini death match for rival players to fight amongst themselves in free roam, earning points for each kill on opposing players. So they're tweaking and introducing the posse-wide parlays along with the feud system. By the way, Whole Foods, I love you. Your coffee kind of sucks. Moving on to bounty hunters and law balancing. At the same time, players who have raked up high bounties will have a chance to be beset by NPC bounty hunters who will attempt to kill them and collect their reward. That doesn't make any sense, really. I mean, okay, I get it. You have a whole bunch of lawmen come after you if you have a wanted level. That happens to us already in free roam. Believe me, I've had that happen to me several times. I would end up in a firefight with NPCs or lawmen in Tumbleweed. I'd end up jumping all the way over to Saint Denis. And for some reason, even though they're two separate states, New Austin and Lemoyne, the lawmen would still come after me. So that's still a thing in the game. Wouldn't it be more enticing if, for example, you got a bounty, but the other players could get that bounty off of you, similar to how the bounty system works in Grand Theft Auto Online? Because what exactly is NPC bounty hunters going to do with that reward once they collect it? Continuing, criminal behavior will have bounty values and higher consequences that scale based on the severity of the crime. For example, killing another player can incur a higher bounty, while assaulting townsfolk or animal cruelty could give you a lesser bounty if the crime is reported, while lower level crimes like looting and ransacking will only decrease your honor. So I guess that's kind of a good thing of sorts. If your bounty exceeds a certain threshold, bounty hunters take notice and you'll be wanted, dead, and alerted to their pursuit. The higher your bounty, the greater your value, the more difficult the pursuit becomes for you and your posse. Now, if I remember correctly from the previous article that discussed this, that you would have the ability to actually pay off your bounty similar to how you can as Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2. In other words, it's another way for Rockstar to get money out of us. Say you just happen to accidentally cause some issue in Valentine, and before you know it, you owe 10, 20, 100 bucks. Now, you can either wait for the bounty hunters to come after you, or you can just go ahead and pay that off. I think most people would be like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to pay the bounty off. Unless Rockstar makes it more difficult for you to where you can't even access any of the shops, and anytime you go near a town, they're notified and the lawmen come after you anyways. Of course, raising your bounty level higher and higher until finally the bounty hunters come to finish you off once and for all. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but at the same time, it really feels like this whole system is geared towards trying to get more money out of our pockets. In-game cash money, obviously. It just feels like it would make more sense for the bounty system to be another way for other players to make money in Red Dead Online. Obviously, they'd have to tweak the bounty system where the payouts are not nearly as high as in Red Dead Redemption 2, whereas the highest you could go is maybe $50 or $20 or $25. So you're not getting a ton of money for getting a kill. But it would take a while for that player to rack up a $25 bounty or a $100 bounty. But obviously, I guess they're not going to go that route. Moving on now to daily challenges. Rockstar is also adding a variety of daily challenges to take on across Red Dead Online Beta. Complete individual objectives that cover every aspect of life on the frontier to earn gold nuggets and XP. Challenges will range from foraging for herbs, selling items at the fence, hunting and skinning animals, clearing hideouts, winning feuds, and so much more. These daily challenges will continue to expand and evolve over time, bringing specialty challenges and rewards, streak bonuses, and more. This is going to go over just as well as daily challenges in Grand Theft Auto Online. At first, people were doing it, but now not so many, because people really don't care. In all honesty, I just don't see the long-term appeal of the daily challenges, but maybe Rockstar will improve the daily challenges for Red Dead Online. I guess we'll find out. Other fixes and more. Our feedback has been invaluable, so please keep it coming. In addition to these updates, we are planning to address several additional changes on the community feedback that has been received thus far. Select weapons will be rebalanced, including the varmint rifle. Hooray! Hooray! They're finally going to nerf the varmint rifle. About damn time, Rockstar. Let's see. It's going to have its accuracy brought more in line with other long arm weapons. So the varmint rifle is technically a 22, and I like the varmint rifle for hunting varmints like rabbits and squirrels and other little critters that roam around the map. It shouldn't be used to one-shot kill other players from a distance. Now, you could make it to where the varmint rifle could eventually kill a player. That's fine. But it shouldn't be a one-shot wonder killing machine like it currently is. So, thank you, Rockstar, for finally doing something about the varmint rifle. Hopefully, it won't have a negative effect on the quality of hunting varmints. So, hopefully, that's not going to be the trade-off. I guess we'll see how that turns out. They're also going to be fixing voice chat, reduce the work at a closer proximity, and fixes on the horse cargo are numerous and ongoing. They're planning to introduce some improvements to making pelts and carcasses more persistent after death are respawning. So definitely more good news for us hunters so that our carcasses and pelts don't magically disappear should we accidentally get killed or intentionally get killed by other players, which is always BS. Rockstar has more details on additional content. February 26th update next week. They're excited about the future of Red Dead Online. Looking forward to sharing lots more in the weeks and months ahead. Meanwhile, there are chances to earn more XP to rank up ahead of February 26th. Playing a posse will bring benefits like earning increased XP in free roam missions, free roam events. Posse up this week to earn twice as much XP on these activities. And next week, earn 20% more XP across all activities in Red Dead Online Beta. So that's definitely a good thing, because a lot of us are having trouble ranking up in Red Dead Online. Some of us have all but given up. Unless you're like really good at PvP and actually enjoy doing the Showdown series, or being dishonorable and going into Saint Denis and killing cops left and right in order to get as much XP as possible, it is difficult for PvE players to rank up in Red Dead Online. So I'm glad that they are giving us some boosts to the XP. Once again, this week, posse up to earn twice as much XP on activities like free roam missions along with free roam events. So free roam missions, free roam events, as long as you're posseed up, will get you increased XP, twice as much XP. Then next week, you can earn 20% more XP across all activities in Red Dead Online Beta. Overall, from what I've read on Twitter and Facebook, it seems like the Red Dead Online community is generally happy about this update of sorts that's coming February 26th. Bear in mind, once again, this is not going to be the title update that we're wanting. That's at least a month out, probably not till late March, early April, but this is better than nothing. So hopefully we'll get some of these fixes to Red Dead Online, along with improving the varmint rifle to where it's not so OP, and it can go back to being used for what its purpose was, hunting, not griefing other players. And the player visibility, I'm happy about that, as well as the fact that we're finally going to have some means to earn additional XP, which will definitely go a long ways towards helping us rank up in Red Dead Online Beta. The bounty system, I'm still not really feeling right now. I don't think it's going to help. One thing I am disappointed in is the fact that there was no mention of different lobby types, and that's something that a lot of people were inquiring about and still are on Twitter and Facebook, is the fact that we only have this one public lobby. Even though there's been data mining done to Red Dead Redemption 2's app for Droid and iOS that proves that we have multiple lobby options. So for whatever rhyme or reason, Rockstar is still forcing us all to play in a public lobby. And if you go by some of these tweaks and improvements that's going to be rolling out on February 26th, it feels like Rockstar is trying to keep us all in the public lobby while at the same time making those of us that don't like being griefed or targeted by other players that are into griefing and tryharding and PvPing, they're trying to find a way to balance that to where we stop complaining about not having friend lobbies or invite lobbies or posse lobbies. Whether or not that ends up working out remains to be seen. But anyways, article once again linked below in the description section. Your thoughts, your views, your opinions regarding this update to Red Dead Online Beta. Do you think that this will bring people back to Red Dead Online Beta? Do you think this is a good step in the right direction towards getting the title update coming up in about a month or two from now? Let me know your thoughts regarding the future of Red Dead Online Beta and whether or not this update of sorts, these new features, improvements coming February 26th to Red Dead Online Beta will bring you back into Red Dead Online Beta on February 26th. Feel free and let us know below in the comments section.